Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So
it is, but you got it. Makeup in the morning, you got dresses in your closet, but you grab them tights, you in love with being modest.
Are you guys busy day? Ooh, we just gonna claim it. Every video, every top of the blog's video, child, a windfall of money is gonna come my way so I can retire. So fucking overwork. I have been trying to figure out a way that I could just retire now. I know I would take a much bigger penalty, but I feel like I don't know if I can make it 2 more years. I've never felt this way about work. Like, my job has never been so difficult that I felt like I wanted to, just be over it. And it's still not. But it is more responsibility, and I'm telling you, I just don't be feeling like it. But it could be worse. I am very blessed, so I realize that as well. Nigga just complaining. It's okay, y'all. Don't even think about that. First story up. Ooh, they ran me out at work, though, y'all. First story up. The interview that Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, had with Carlos King. Y'all know that Joseline has been my girl. I have decided that I am now loving Joseline from a distance because, and that's what I have to do with some of the people that I love, just so that I just don't put them on the they really get on my fucking nerves list. Okay, Joseline is one of those people that I've always liked from Love and Hip Hop. And we did get glimpses. Listen, Joseline is definitely a star type of personality. She is just one of those people that have it. I recognized that when she first started on Love and Hip Hop. Okay, and back then we didn't even have all the ins and outs of reality shows like we do now. But Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is such a special show, and I think most of us that was reviewing that show at that time, like when it first started, will tell you that was an amazing time in reality shows. It was just, I always say that it was like Camelot. It was just, everything on that show just came together, and the chemistry that they all had, even with each other, just as a show, as a unit, it just, Love and Hip Hop was like a turning point for reality shows. And even though New York was on, Atlanta was it, okay? And definitely stole the show and really put Atlanta, I feel like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta even put Atlanta on the map for other shows. Even though we had like Housewives of Atlanta, like Love and Hip Hop is just a different beast. But was very, very special back then. So with that being said, I did enjoy the interview. I feel like these interviews that Carlos is doing with like seasoned reality show stars is a hindsight is 2020 type interview. I told you guys that with the interview that he did with Kenya, and I feel the same way with Joseline, because obviously Joseline is not the person that she was when we first met her. Joseline is very confident, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with people that are confident. It's when it switches over into the arrogance lane is when I have issues. And even though that's one of the things that's kind of endearing a little bit of Joseline, the fact that she does have like a little bit of a braggadocious type of character and personality, I should say. Some of the stuff that she was saying, I was just like, okay, Joseline, I feel like, yeah, some of the things, the things that she was saying is definitely legitimate now, but I don't know if she knew and felt those things at the time that she was going through it. Because Love and Hip Hop, those first few years, those first few seasons was chaotic. And I know that Joseline and Mimi and Stevie J, that whole storyline, I'm sure that they all went through quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I can remember the things that happened on the show, but even off of the show, social media, that was like she said, was a time when Instagram was really blowing up, and they really had to. Them folks are strong. Like the people from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the old original crew, definitely had to develop super thick skin, okay? And so I feel like Joseline, while she has the right to brag on the things that she has accomplished, I kind of feel like, I don't know if that's how she felt when it was happening. I do know that she felt like that probably by the time she left Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But when she first came on that show, didn't nobody know that they was about to be a star? Didn't nobody know that this show was about to change the landscape of reality shows? Didn't nobody know that everybody was going to be 100% tuned in to VH1 every fucking Monday night for years? Watching that show. Nobody knew that. As time went on and as things happened, and as the reason why so many people really like Joseline is because they did treat Joseline horrible at the beginning when that show first started. And, she definitely was an underdog. Y'all know I do gravitate towards people that are the underdog. Like I want to see them win. I just feel like maybe Joseline's perspective has changed today, and that's the reason why she can because I feel like all of Joseline's her whole thing is, well, I did it, so you should be able to do it. Like I did it, so and I'm just like, well, I mean, I guess she does have that right to say and do feel that way. She definitely has made a name for herself outside of Love and Hip Hop. Like, people don't even talk about Love and Hip Hop anymore. It's all about Joseline's Cabaret right now, even though I know that us as a society, we have super short memory span. So, once that shit ain't in our face no more, we on to something else. So we see Joseline's Cabaret and all of that, and so that's all that we see. But I think the thing that Carlos King is good at, some people call it like him kissing ass, or just really just, I don't think that Carlos is an ass kisser. However, he definitely knows how to make them very comfortable in the setting. It helps that he's known these people for many, many years, okay? And that they all got their start kind of like growing up on reality show together. And, because the intimacy of a friendship, makes people already be relaxed enough to kind of just talk. But I think that he also does a great job of asking the questions that we all want to know answers to, whether or not the person that he's interviewing says those answers truthfully, or if they have somehow twisted the facts and changed it up for, how they are today as opposed to back then. That's another thing. But he is definitely good at making people comfortable and getting the information out of them, and he's smart to be going back and hitting up all of these celebrities in the reality show world, and just getting to hear them wax poetical and whatever the hell they feel like talking about. So, I mean, it was cool. And yes, I do remember when Joseline, when she first came on the show and all of that. And I remember all the gossip about her being a man. I remember her posting the picture of her being naked. And I remember a humble Joseline. I know a lot of people don't remember that, but I do remember how Joseline was when she first came on that show. She would have you to think today that she had it all figured out. It's just that she needed the opportunity. Back then, she ain't had shit figured out. All she did know was that there was a great big audience of people that wanted to see her win. And so she capitalized on that. But I don't even think that she did that the first couple of seasons. Them first couple of seasons, honey, she was trying to gain her feet. She was trying to figure the fuck out what was going on. And I think that as they started, like she said, throwing more and more money at her, and once she really started to see, like, wait a minute, like, these people really want to see with me. These people really fucking with me. Like, they really trying to give me money to come back here. That's when we got the more confident Joseline. And, I was really shocked. And I saw how Carlos didn't even expand on that. But I was shocked when he asked her what was her relationship with Mona, and she says you know, she doesn't really have a relationship with Mona. Not really. She doesn't have a relationship with Mona. She hasn't seen Mona. She doesn't ever bump into her, and they don't hang out in the same spaces. I was like, I bet you they don't, because Joseline is over here at Zeus with all of the crazy, and you know, Mona, she's already been there and done that, so she ain't in them same circles anymore. But we know, or at least I need to remind you, that she was so pissed at Mona when she left Love and Hip Hop. She made songs about it, her not giving her money and all of this. Like, I was just like, okay, Joseline, you ain't really kept it real, you know? When she was talking about the people on the show, and I think it's nice to see that her and Mimi have finally figured it out, and that she's not gonna say shit bad about Mimi and all of that. I find, you know, I do think that she has matured quite a bit in that lane. The relationship that she has with Stevie J and all that, you know, her not just, even though Stevie J might still have his issues, you know, she ain't just trying to blast the nigga and just, you know, they don't have no more of that kind of drama. But I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? But you know, her saying that she didn't feel like she had that much drama with Mimi, that it was more so Carly. I think that she liked the fact that Carly was like a sparring partner for her. Okay. Yeah, she did fight with K. Michelle. She did fight with Rashida and all of that. But the shit with Carly, it was just like entertainment for us watching, you know. So I think that they fed into that and played more into that on the show. The fact that Carly and Joseline always had this thing, but you know, she was big up in Carly and saying how beautiful she. I was just like, now y'all know I don't like talking about women's looks, especially black women, because you know, bitch, get on here and I have like for real plain face, ain't trying to look a certain. I'm gonna start wearing makeup again, y'all. I've already made up my mind. I'm gonna start wearing makeup for my videos again, because I'm just tired of this face. But what I'm saying is, Carly was always a naturally beautiful woman, and I don't know why she has fucked up her face. I don't know if it's something that we can recover from, like if it's just fillers that she can remove, or if she's had other shit done that's really like more permanently changed her face or whatever. But so when Joseline was saying how wonderful and great she looked and all, I was just like, oh, I mean, okay. She don't look bad. I mean, she just looks like she didn't need to do that to her face. I think it's maybe easier for us to say that because we're not on TV, you know, and so we don't have millions and millions of people that's always weighing in on the way that we look and all of that. I do get that. I do understand that. But I don't know, Carly I'll just be like, what's going on there? But anyway, I say all that to say it was a great video. A little bit of braggadocious, if you know, you if that ain't your kind of thing, you know, maybe she might get on your nerves that way. But it is in the regular Joseline style, so it's not nothing new. We are used to Joseline being this way. She's obviously much happier and settled in her life, and so she kind of sees things a little differently than the way that they happen. But other than that, I know, you know, it was good. It was good. It was good. There's gonna be a second part, and well, I mean, you know, unless it's something just earth-shattering comes out in that, we ain't. I don't think I'll be talking about it. But if you guys haven't, go listen to it. I didn't think I was gonna listen to the whole thing because it's an hour long, and you guys, I don't be feeling like hearing nothing that long. Once I finish doing my videos, like I don't feel like sitting and watching anybody else's videos. So yeah, I didn't even think I was gonna watch that whole video, but I did, and it was good. I will give it to Carlos King. He is great at interviewing these people. I just wish that he will ask the questions, like I said, but I don't think that he don't challenge people on their, he wants it to be a safe space for them to just come out and just air it out, say what they gotta say. So he don't really challenge folks on things that I know is not accurate, and then he might know that as well. If I know it, I know he knows, because he has a magnificent memory, and he's worked in these reality show spaces. So I know that sometimes he's just letting the person just have that and just going on. So that's the only thing that kind of bothers me about his interviews. But no, it definitely was a good interview. I think, let's try to figure out who we think his next interview might be. I believe it will be Sheree. I think Sheree's interview is coming soon. Okay? Because we're going to talk about Sheree in the next segment of this Top of the Blogs. But you guys let me know what you think about the interview. I think Joseline looks really good. Joseline just has things that if Joseline can just stay clean, get off of the drugs and the alcohol, if that's what she's doing, if she can stay clean and sober, I think that we will get a more an easier to deal with Joseline. But some of that shit is hardwired, like the fact that she's a fighter and the fact that she, like some of that, I don't even know if it'll ever go away. It's just like, that's how she was raised. She's been fighting all her fucking life. And so that's her immediate go-to, and that's the part of Joseline that I'm just like, I got to love her from a distance. Because, honey, that Joseline be out there wilding. And we cannot forget, even with all of these charismatic interviews and her looking good and all that, we still can't forget that she does have quite a few negative traits and things happening in her life that she needs to make some changes for. Okay, so yeah, we love all the bright and the shiny and the interview and the cameras and lights and action and all of that, but Joseline still got shit she needs to take care of. Okay, and we ain't gonna forget about it. But I do still like to see Joseline. She looks good, she sounds good, she's making her money, she's rich, and she, so that's that. Y'all let me know what you thought about the interview. It's on Carlos King's YouTube. Next story.
You a move body giving interviews. I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flex.
All right, guys. So the next story, I said we were going to talk about Sheree because we have to discuss the conversation that her designer for her She by Sheree, the gentleman who handled all of the fashions, basically put on her whole fashion show that we saw at the end of last season when we saw all of the beautiful things on the runway. Remember, we were all talking about how there were things on there that even we were interested in, but it didn't never show up on the website. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you why. So the designer, his name is ShereeVsBornbillionaire on Instagram. I believe his actual name is Tyree. Hold on one second. Mama named him Tyree Lawan. Okay, his name is ShereeVsBornbillionaire on Instagram. Also has a YouTube page, but he doesn't really post on there. But in this case, he actually did post on his YouTube page a hour-and-a-half long interview or so with Pop Out Podcast, I believe is the name of it. It's a podcast show. Somebody got the chance to interview him, and when I tell you that this is one of the most thorough receipt giving interviews, I was completely taken in watching this video. Like, I couldn't stop watching because Brother Man broke that shit down so tough about how Sheree fucked him. I don't even know a better word. I don't know a better word. So basically, he goes on to, he tells the story of how he come to meet Sheree, that a week before the fashion show was supposed to even go down on Real Housewives of Atlanta, that she reached out to him through a friend, a girl named Ruwan, who is somebody that's trying to get on, was trying to get on Atlanta, Housewives of Atlanta back then. I don't know if she still is, but she was trying to come in as a friend of Sheree's, and since she already is in that world, apparently she has a store in Phipps Plaza or whatever, she contacted this gentleman, ShereeVsBornbillionaire, to see if he could come and help Sheree, curate basically this fashion show. Now, when he goes to this meeting, there's literally like a week and a couple of days before the fashion show is supposed to take place. And he said that she had absolutely nothing. Nothing. He said that she didn't have anything in place. We've been talking about She by Sheree for 14 years, and she didn't have anything. So he was coming in. First of all, he's completely blind. He don't know Sheree other than her being on the show, but he knows that she needs these fashions, 6 to 8 looks plus 2 looks for her to wear. So in total, 8 to 10 looks. Okay. He said normally that is, and I'm completely giving you guys the the Cliff Notes for real. You have to go and watch the video. But anyway, he said that usually for even just for a few pieces like that shit can run from $80,000 to $120,000 when you're talking about needing not just a design of something, but you need specs. You got to get the shit put together. You trying to come up with a whole entire line. You don't have nothing. So he told her that $80,000, I mean, that's when you really trying to do it the right way and all of that. But he was just like, he knew of a way where they could just try to make the shit work the best way that they can on a limited budget. Like, how much money you trying to spend? Like, he was like, this is a housewife. She's on a show. Like, I'm gonna make this shit happen. That was all his mentality was. We gonna get this shit done. You call me, nigga, I'm ready. Okay, give me the money. Tell me what you need. I'm gonna do that. Now, I was listening to him talk about this because I laughed. Now, you guys know that I have told you guys before in the past that Sheree and I, we're both Capricorns. I don't know if other Capricorns have this, but one of my downfalls, I think, one of my problems that I have is that it's hard for me to ask for help. I've never been able to do it. I've been one of those people that will just do what she can. I'm gonna do it my fucking self, and that's it. The problem with that kind of mentality is you don't know everything, and sometimes you do need help. Now, the difference between me and Sheree is, while I won't ask for help, I ain't got no problem accepting help. So people will reach out to me and ask me, and be like, oh, let me help you with this, or look, I drew this banner for you, or look, I got some music for you, or look, I did that. Like, whenever people reach out to me, I'm always grateful. Sheree, in her foolishness, not only is she not asking for help, but she ain't even really willing to accept help. And that really is just plain flat out dumb. Now, this man had been told her that, listen, we can do this at the barest minimal. You give me the money. I think it was, first they was haggling over the price. Now, I just told you it was $80,000. So, I mean, obviously we ain't doing $80,000, but $20,000. We thinking that this shit is gonna cost. And Sheree was just really not having it. She is not trying to do it. Okay. She's trying to get this done, get all of these pieces at the very smallest amount. Was willing to give him, I think, was trying to say that she would give him $1,200 to get started. And he was just like, fine, just give me the money. Like, tell me what I need to do. I'm going to get it done. He was like, because she's a housewife, we can come up with these 8 looks or whatever, put it up there on that runway, and then we can get that shit, put it on her website because she's so well known. This is a show that was shown to millions of people. So people are going to be going to that website, and she can probably make $500,000. He was like, she could have made $500,000. She would have sold out, got all her shit sold, made a killing, and then really could have either invested her money the right way in her business or just been like, fuck it, I'm done. But I finally proved to you guys that She by Sheree was a thing. But instead, Sheree tried to just nickel and dime him. Didn't pay him even for the $1,200 deposit where this man was going to go, and he was like, I was going to get her website together if she needed that help. He told her, I know people that can get the website together. You know, he know the people to reach out to get these fast fashions out. You know, he was just like, I do this. Like, just, you know, but bitch, come up off those purse strings a little bit, you know. He said that damn Sheree, long story short, she never paid him. She paid $400 and didn't never reach back out to him till it was a few days before the damn fashion show. He said he didn't know what was going on. You know, the woman, Rowan, who also wanted to have a cut because she was like the go-between between these two, you know, setting up this deal. She wanted her cut, but he couldn't even get paid in order for her to get a cut. And so she told him, I know this bitch might not pay you. So even if she don't pay you, I'm gonna pay you. But she only paying for what he spent. Okay, so that was really more of a reimbursement and not for his labor and his time. This is all happening a week before the fashion show, which I don't understand, because they talked about that fashion show for most of the season. Okay, that she was about to have it, that it was coming up and all of this. So why would Sheree wait till a week when she knows that the finale of the damn season is going to be your fashion show? Why would you wait and then might have mud on your face again? You know, like, how are you taking your business seriously? Now, you know, at that point, he was really, really good to do what he did. I mean, he still, couple of days, maybe 4 days beforehand, he trying to reach out to people. He ended up getting a 40-piece collection together, you guys. 40. And we saw the fashion show. They had some nice stuff up there. And he was like, them is all his fucking designs. And she never paid for it, so she don't get none of it. He was like, but it's a shame because she could have, if she would have did things the right way and just listened to him. But then it turned from her not just even trying to listen to him to her really trying to take advantage. So the day of the fashion show, he's there. He's doing all the work. He's fitting the girls, the models who she didn't have even up to the day before the damn fashion show. He's fitting the models. He's putting them out there. He's doing all of the work. Sheree wouldn't talk to him. He said because he knew that because she knew that he was going to ask for his money. He said it was his birthday. He was supposed to be flying to Miami. He at this fucking fashion show trying to make sure that Sheree looked good. Sheree told production, don't get him on camera, you know, that she didn't want to have to deal with it. And I mean, it was a mess. What I don't like is when people try to take advantage of other people. That is like, I don't like that. That's such a, you know, it's like, and it's not because you don't have the money, it's because you don't want to spend the money. This is the problem that a lot of celebrities, and maybe here just in Atlanta, I'm not sure if it's just here in Atlanta or if this is just a thing that celebrities do, but they have this entitlement. So they feel like, well, I'm working with you and I'm the celebrity, so you ought to do this for, if not free, a very low amount. Okay? Not remembering that these is people's livelihoods. Now, you the celebrity and you got all this money and you've hired this person to do a job. Bitch, I'm gonna need you to pay the damn bill. Okay? Because your celebrity don't pay my water bill. It don't pay the light fucking bill. Okay? I've talked to many people that do services for folks, even Jada. You know, Jada actually had a reality show, girl. I never told you guys, I don't think, but she used to do one of the girls' eyelashes on a reality show, let's just say that, on BET. Well, let me not tell Jada's business, but let's talk about my eyelash girl, the girl that used to do my lashes before Jada started doing them. She used to tell me all the time, and she used to do a lot of the housewives lashes, so she's a great example, but not necessarily talking about anybody on Real Housewives. But she used to always tell me, Roxanne, the ones that I have the most problems with when it comes to payment is the celebrities, because they want to be like, oh, I'm gonna give you a shout out on Instagram and that's gonna be enough. And it's like, no, I mean, I appreciate the shout out, thank you, but bitch, I got a bill to pay, and the shout out ain't paying this bill. Yes, we can say in the long run, maybe I might get more customers and all that, but the bill due tomorrow. It ain't due in long run. Okay, so tomorrow the bill due, which means I need my money today. Okay, and so you know, Sheree definitely strikes me as the type that will try that kind of approach with people. But it's just sort of like, your shit is fucked up and in shambles over there too. So what your shout out supposed to do for me? Child. So, you know, I don't like when people really try to come up off of somebody that is working an honest job, that's really trying to do it and really trying to help you. And then you treat me like this. She treated that man so bad. And when I tell you, he is pissed. Now, he talk a whole lot. Okay. And he's definitely one of the, I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he's from here or if he's from Florida. He's definitely got like a down south, like one of these states type of accent. But I just love the fact that he had all of his receipts. He had the timeline, baby. He had the printout of the text messages. He had showed where transactions went through. I mean, he talked about like everything, and I so appreciated it. This was definitely an interview that brings clarification on what, you know, why She by Sheree is still at the place that it's at. Okay, because it's not even that Sheree doesn't have the help, it's that Sheree doesn't want to pay. Okay, because money gonna always get you somewhere. And when you don't want to pay, then your shit gets fucked up. You know, people not just doing things for free, and some people believe that they should, I guess. But yeah, it was a great interview. It's on Billionaire. I'll leave his link down I'll leave his link down in the box, in the description box, and you guys go over there and look, because when I'm looking at the interview, how many so far, it looked like only 6,000 people have seen it. And this is an interview that everybody needs to see. I'm surprised that it ain't made it up on Debbie calling me, girl, you know I'm doing this. I'm surprised it ain't made it up on more you know, more of the blogs. But yeah, bad look for Sheree, but she obviously don't care, because she probably thinks that people are not going to believe her everything. But I believe every fucking word that came out that man's mouth. He ain't had no reason to lie. He was like, listen, as long as you pay me, I don't give a fuck what you say about where these things came from. You could have said that Jesus made these damn fashions. I don't care. Just give me my money. Okay, that's what he said. Because see, he said that he's interned for other fashion houses and stuff, and that he's done a lot of things that, you know, even the fashion houses have adopted and put into their actual line. And he said he don't get the credit for that, but he said, but you know what, they paid me, and so he don't give a fuck, you know. But he was just like, I could have did everything that she needed, and she just didn't want to pay. And I was just like, that is unfortunate. But if anybody saw this video from this man, anybody else that fucking pays that does a job for Sheree, you better either not take that job, or you better get your money up front. Okay, because sis is not above not paying. And then nickeling and diming him. Do you know that she never paid him, that the other woman ended up paying him? And I guess maybe Sheree might have paid her back, but it took months and months and months. And we ain't talking about 40, 20,000, 15,000, nigga. We is talking about $1,200 fucking dollars. $1,200. And I'm not saying that that's a little tiny amount, but it wouldn't, in the grand scheme of things, when the shit could have been $80,000, $1,200 is very cheap. Okay? And you can't tell me that Sheree don't have it. So, that's it. I was watching that interview yesterday, and I was just smiling to myself and shaking my head, because I was just like, I just cannot believe that Sheree would even allow herself to look like that in these streets. Girl, you already starting off bad in the fashion streets, but you know, I've learned that happens more and more. That the celebrities and social media, they think that those two equal, and they don't. Now, bitch, I don't need my money. That's it. But go watch the interview. It's like I said, he's animated. He a lot. But Brother Man had the whole story. Like the whole story. So just go check it out. Come back here. Let me know what you thought.
And you cool, tatted up, cover warm, different vibe, you know it, bro. But you ain't
even... we talking about reality shows today, ain't we? Let's talk about Erica getting kicked off of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I can't say that I'm surprised about it, because it ain't even really much to talk about here. Love and Hip Hop used Erica, okay? They used Erica because in today's climate, you can't tell me that somebody on that executive staff, on the production team, the crew, the staff, everybody, you can't tell me that there was one person that didn't know that the fact that she called Spice a blue monkey was not going to be a problem. They absolutely knew that it was going to be a problem. They recorded this, what, a year ago, they say? Okay, so they've been knowing for a year that the girl said blue monkey. They edited that show and they waited a year and they put it out for us all to see. And you know why they did that? Because they want the views. They don't give a fuck about Erica. The first thing that these people is concerned about is the bottom line. And the bottom line is, we gonna put this episode out the way that it is, her saying blue monkey. Everybody's gonna get in the uproar. They all gonna be talking about it on all the blogs. All people gonna be weighing in their conversation and their feelings about it. We gonna have so much more viewership just because people are now interested in the storyline. Even people that don't watch the show is talking about it. Bitch, I don't even watch the fucking show. And I'm sitting, this is the second week that I'm talking about Erica and Spice. So VH1 got exactly what they wanted out of that. Not sorry, VH1, it's MTV now. MTV got exactly what they wanted out of that. Okay. What was a slap in the face is when Mona I said Mona, bitch. When Mona puts up a post that just says handled. As if this shit happened 2 days ago and Mona got called into an emergency meeting and she said, absolutely not. Send that girl away because she called her a blue monkey. This happened a year ago. If y'all was so outdone about what this girl had done said, why you didn't fire her back then? You did it because you wanted the viewership, and in the meantime, they raking that girl over the coals about what she said. Okay? Now, that's how I feel about MTV and Mona. Okay? And I thought Mona was gone. What the fuck's going on? Because y'all told me that the bitch wasn't even on the show. I shouldn't call her a bitch, but y'all telling me that the lady had then left the show, but she's still on the show. Is she there or not? What's going on? Like, I thought Mona had I thought that they wasn't even on that anymore. Y'all, please give me the right information, somebody. But anyway, that's how I feel about Mona and MTV and that bullshit, them putting that out. Okay? Now, am I upset that Erica got fired? No. I'm not upset. I'm not surprised. If you ask me, Erica should have been put off the show. Erica has said some vile things, okay? May not have been racial, but Erica has said some horrible things over the years. I can say that 100% for a fact. At that reunion that I went to out here at the Tyler Perry Studios some years ago, when her and Stevie J got into it, I ain't never heard somebody say some of the most horrible things. I can't even remember what she said, but I can remember enough about that when I was watching, how we all that was the audience was sitting there like, oh my God. Like every time she would say something, we'd be like, like, you know, we couldn't even believe that the bitch could formulate these type of thoughts in her mind to say something so mean and so awful to Stevie J. Okay, and Stevie J was a piece of work and an asshole, so you guys know, for me to feel like, damn, you said all... She's been horrible for a long time. And Love and Hip Hop has let her be that way because we all was watching. Okay? Now, maybe people not watching as much as they used to, so now they have used her to do this. She allowed herself to be that. You know, Erica's problem is that she believed the hype. She believed that she had got so big on that show. She probably makes good money. She's been on the show for 100 years. She had to let herself believe for as long as she been on that show that she can just say whatever the hell she want to say and that they was never going to get rid of her. And then she found out that that was not the case. Okay? We draw the line at Blue Monkey, obviously. Okay? Do I feel like Spice should get a pass for talking about the sun? Well, you guys, I don't feel like Spice talked about the sun. Okay? I feel like Spice talked about her parenting. However, I now realize, because you guys keep on... I mean, I don't even know if I still agree with this, but I do understand that anytime you bring up the kids, even if you're not saying nothing about them per se, just the fact that you bring them up, that triggers people, okay? It's still not, like, to me, I got sense enough to know that you're talking about me when you say something like that. However, people don't even want you to mention, don't even have the kid's name in your mouth. So, I mean, I get that. And I know that Spice had to know that about Erica. So, Erica was wrong in calling the girl a blue monkey. Spice was wrong for even triggering the girl because she knew what was going to happen. MTV, Mona, all them are wrong for either not editing it out and then kind of throwing that girl under the bus when it was time for it to come out. Okay. Then they're going to put out a statement, you know, in the next episodes, the final episode, you'll see how this whole thing played out, as if we doing some damn community cultural experiment where we all can see, you know, how they resolved this blue monkey issue, you know, full of shit. Love and Hip Hop. They used the girl. She got, you know, maybe they was tired of Erica. Maybe they was trying to figure out a way to get her out of her contract. Like, you know, it could be some other things there too. Even though Mona at the reunion that I went to talked about how much she loves Erica, how much that, you know, when she first met Erica, that she was such a magnetic personality, that she just knew that she was going to be perfect for this show. Kind of the same way that Mona felt about Joseline, the way that she felt about Erica. So I know that at one point Erica, you know, like Erica was Mona's girl, like her baby, like she loved her, you know. And that's the reason why they've let Erica stay on the show all this time with a lot of the other foul shit that she has said and done, because, you know, it's worked so far. But now it ain't working, so now it will. But we're sorry, you got to get kicked off the show. So, to me, that whole situation is fucked up. The whole thing, okay? It's sad now. She ain't got no income. Safari on social media, you know, crying about, you know, his wife, I mean, his kid's mom need her and this, that, and nigga, shut up and get your pockets ready, because maybe we gonna start to go back and get some more child support from your ass. She was crying about that $4,000-$5,000 a month he got to pay. Now she ain't got no income. Girl, maybe you can flip this and get more out of Safari, you know. But yeah, but you know, when people give the argument that maybe Erica didn't know that you shouldn't call people, that is where we gonna have to draw the line. Erica knows 100% that monkey is such an offensive word for black people. Okay. Would she have called a white person that was doing all of that to her a monkey? I don't believe she would have. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was trying, you know, Spice is a dark-skinned woman, and, you know, people love to call dark-skinned people monkeys. You know, so for her, and then it's the fact that she's light, well, she ain't even black, you know? So you can't tell me that girl didn't know. That girl knew, okay? She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was saying. Monkey, like I had said on Instagram, monkey is such an offensive word that I am not even comfortable to hear white people say. You know, sometimes you'll be with a white person and they'll say, oh, look at my little monkey, talking about their kid. That shit makes me uncomfortable. Please find another word. Can we call him a butterfly? Or look at my little rabbit. Look at my little, call him something else than monkey, because that immediately puts my mind in like a negative space. Okay, or at least it's uncomfortable, because I'm not gonna never call my kids a monkey, because I already know, you know. So yeah, Erica knew. She knew, absolutely, but she just didn't think that it was gonna come back to bite her. And apparently the girl has said it before. I don't know when she has said it or whatever, or if she even has said it, but people are saying on social media that she has said that. But I know that Erica has said some horrible things. Awful, bad, terrible things. That mouth is fucking lethal. So all of it got washed out for me. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I don't give a fuck. I don't really care about Erica losing, I mean, you know, getting put off the show. And, you know, Spice knew what she was doing. So to me, that's that. Y'all already kind of told me what you felt last week, but you feel free to tell me what you think again this week. Okay, next story.
Flexing. and you ain't gotta try too hard. Number one fan your
So
side.
I will never talk about these people, and I had vowed that I was never going to talk about them. But you know what? I'll go on and give you guys the congratulations to Miss Chrisean Rothschild. She done had her baby with that boy. All right. Thank God she had a little boy. I was worried that she was going to have a little girl. I was like, please don't put her in charge of another girl. Please don't put her in charge. So she did. That's what the Lord did. The Lord did give her a little boy. She ended up naming the little boy CriseanJr after her. She said that the baby is going to have love in his life and all. And, you know, apparently she did her birth on live stream, so everybody was tuned in and they said it was all beautiful and all that. I'm just like, y'all have to I'll just have to take your word for it. I just cannot deal with Chrisean and Blueface mama, Blueface women, the kids, like everybody. None of them. I don't want to even, when I see them come up on my social media, I scroll by so fast because they are all toxic and crazy, and I don't have the patience to even try to figure that thing out. I know the mama around now saying that Blueface and Chrisean are actually cousins because they have the same Dorsey last name. I guess Blueface mama and her people's Dorseys, and so that means that they're cousins. I was like, that doesn't mean that you're cousins. Why are you out here and then why would you put that on social media? So that people can say that your grandchild is a product of a incestual type of relationship. Like, what kind of sense? No, nobody over there got no good sense. Honey, we gonna pray. If we pray for anybody, pray for the baby. Okay? Pray for that baby. Chrisean at the gym. Then she come out the next day. I mean, day after she had the baby, she at the gym working out. Worried about her middle. What has become of this fucking world? When one day after having a baby, you up here working out and talking about getting your body back. Bitch, is the placenta out yet and you up here already lifting weights? What the fuck is going on, you know? So then she comes out and says, oh, don't worry about it. They have a gym at the house there. You know, she was just next door in her gym working out. It was only one person that picked up the baby, all this, but y'all, the maturity is just, it's not there. And for anybody that says, oh, you know, somebody that has a baby, yeah, it's still two ways that you can handle having a baby. You either slow the fuck down because now you got this baby and you got somebody else's life to consider, or you still do the bullshit that you've been doing. You end up losing your fucking baby, or the baby grows up in so much fucking confusion and chaos and all of that you end up turning out another child that's just fucked up, you know? So it's gonna be up to Chrisean, you know, for her to, I don't even know. I don't watch them. I don't like know enough to even know if she has anybody in her corner that really is good for her. I mean, half her fan saw that she was fighting her sister or some shit. Like, I don't have time. But babies are a blessing. So if anything, we're trying to find something good to say, we will say congratulations to Chrisean for her brand new blessing baby boy. As far as Blueface concerned, he say he gonna try to get custody of the child if she got 30 days to get herself. I said 30 days? Nigga, you ought to want this woman to do right by your child today, right now. I'm telling you to do better, and that's what you need. You gonna give her 30 days. A whole lot can happen in fucking 30 days, and he ain't got no damn sense either. And then he over there, child, I ain't got it. Don't ask me to talk about them no more, okay? We just only because she got a new baby, all right? So congratulations to them. I don't know if they a fucking couple or not. I think that she's on her own. Next story.
Got me think about inside the walls. Words cut deep, it's like a sword. Making me better, you hotter than pepper.